Yeah.
All right, let's get this meeting started. It is June 17th, 5:30, and we're going to get this regular city council meeting to order. If you could please join me in pledging allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please note that Councilor Buller is absent. We've known he wasn't going to be with us in the month of June, but we're excited to have him back in July. And Mike, is it you that's going to be sneaking out in July for a meeting? We're going to be missing one councilor in July for the first meeting, I believe. No? Okay. I would just for that resolution
Yeah.
for the charter. That's why I was.
Late July. Not early July, late.
Late July, so we were gonna do it on the 1st, right?
Yep, okay, perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. I just knew that there was a missing one in July, so. Excellent. Go to the approval, first, we have the approval of the agenda. We do have one addition that's coming out of emergency services. Number 7, which would be approved letter to Rainy Lake Medical Center regarding ALS ambulance staffing. Chair would entertain a motion for the agenda with that addition.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Councilor Holden,
Second.
second by Councilor Wagner. Discussion?
Public Safety Committee.
Public Safety Committee, sorry. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Go to the minutes of June 3rd. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Councilor Kaler,
Second.
second by Councilor Wagner. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. We'll go to the resolution approving the transfers and payments of claims. We have transfers going to the 401 Permanent Improvement Fund of $66,666.66. That's being distributed evenly from the 601 Water and the 603 Sewer in the amount of $33,333.33. Going to the 403 Reserve for Capital Outlay is $20,567.25. That's coming from the 601 Water in the amount of $14,693, and the 603 Sewer in the amount of $5,874.25, for a total transfers of $87,233.91. International Falls regular claims are $933,882.23. International Falls Library Board claims are $9,102.70, for a total accounts payable and claims of $942,984.93. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the payments and claims.
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilor Wagner.
Second.
We have a second by Councilor Holden. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Go to the audience. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to bring anything to the attention of the council? Please.
I'm just here today to say thank you. If you haven't seen, haven't heard, KCC TV is back up and broadcasting on Channel 7. The new equipment was installed. The training is mostly complete. We're picking up on a few techniques and some things that are new, some additions to the software. But I wanted to call and thank you as members of the EDA for your assistance and your support in getting that equipment here and installed so quickly. We've heard positive things from the community, and we're happy to share with them that it came from here, that the support came from all of you. So thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's good.
And I would just like to concur, because I did take a peek at it, and it is much clearer.
Yes.
And the good news, like, I only heard Joe sing and not me, so, after the flag ceremony.
good.
So, yeah.
It was
So
a
there you
good
go.
program. But we've checked on the sound quality and the loudness so that people can hear the volume on their TVs, and they were able to make some adjustments. So we hope that that continues. If we hear any more commentary, we'll research and see what more we can do to enhance that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go down to old business, the second and final reading of the amending of the Mid-Continent Communications Franchise Agreement. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler,
Still a little bit under protest, but I'll move.
Second?
under protest.
Yeah.
All right, motion and a second under protest. Any discussion? Discussion does not have to be under protest.
That's about, just missing the twins, and in future, some other things as the year goes on.
Okay. Any other discussion? Oh, please.
Is that, do we know, or can they give us some other channels there that that to fill in? Like maybe the Yankees or something?
There are options for,
just for him.
there are options for programming if you go to their website, and you can put in a submission for channels and programming. So I would reach out to both of you two to make that. Maybe it's a motion and a second type thing.
I'm enjoying the slight protest right now.
All right.
So.
Yeah.
We'll work through the slight
Yeah.
protest then. So we have a motion and a second under protest. We'll call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. We'll go down to new business. Consider a road closure for the Elks Lodge 1599 for the annual corn and broad feed scheduled for Friday, August 16th, 2022. Pete Kaler.
Yes, we would like to, again this year, close 3rd Street down from 2nd Avenue to 3rd Avenue from 10 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night for our annual corn and broad feed, so we can set up, take down. It's our biggest fundraiser for our scholarship program.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Chair would entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that
We
motion.
have a motion by Counselor Holden. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. So just out of curiosity, is the second largest fundraiser that you guys have the bowling tournament I put on?
Well, that I do not know for sure.
Well, next we have approved the engagement letter for the VIA actuarial services to provide GASB 75 other post-employment benefit services for the city of International Falls. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion.
Yeah.
I'm so glad because I didn't want to say all those letters and stuff again. Do you have anything to add?
I can. It is it's called an actuarial report. It's required for audit. We have to provide this company employee information along with our benefit information. And what it does is, as per the GASB 75 requirements, it's a prediction of what the city's liability is for post-employment with retirees, and what it would cost, what we have to have on the books for our audit. Ryan will speak a little bit more to that on the 8th of July when he does our audit presentation as well. But it's mandatory on what your liability is for post-employment with your benefits, and a lot of variables that are included in that report.
Perfect. Any questions for the city administrator?
No.
Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Consider approving the Right to Know Hazardous Communications written program as presented. This was prepared and brought to the committee of the whole. We didn't have an agenda, or we didn't have a quorum, so we moved this right to the council in the event that there was some discussion that needed to be had. So Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Next, we have approve hiring seasonal office clerk for the police department. Chief, do you want to bring anything up on that?
I actually was handled by human resources, I can speak to it, but.
Okay. Fair enough. I didn't see it on there. I just thought maybe you wanted to bring it up. All right, Chair would entertain a motion to approve that hire.
I'll make that
We have
motion.
a motion by Counselor Holden. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Counselor Kaler. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Next, approve a contract with Time Clock Plus to provide electronic scheduling for the police department. Chief, do you want to come up on that one?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. I've spoken about this now at our public safety meeting in which 3 of you were present, as well as our committee of the whole, which 2 of you were present. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've attached the quote. This would be an annual fee. The annual fee is going to match relatively the amount that we're paying this year. We got a prorated fee for the 2024 year just to get us started. There are some initial costs we had to undertake, so I worked with the company to get it to the same fee we'd be paying in 25 and beyond, just so we have kind of an idea of what we're entering into. This was something we had planned in 2022 for the 2023 budgeting, just didn't implement, so bringing forward now. Do you have any questions?
All right, Chair would entertain a motion to approve the contract.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Counselor Holden. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Thank you. All right. Go to item number 6, Public Works Committee recommendations. We have consider replacement of the Vector sewer truck. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll make that
We
motion.
have a motion by Counselor Holden. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Counselor Kaler. I know we have members of the Public Works meeting here and the Committee of the Whole, so there was discussion there. Does anyone have any questions? No. All right, so I'll call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Next, we have a resolution applying for the Minnesota Public Facilities Authority for a loan for improvements on 9th Street to 6th Street project. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
Motion by Counselor Kaler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Holden. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Next, we have a resolution for application applying for the Minnesota Public Facilities Authority for a loan or grant for lead pipe service line replacement. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Holden, second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Next, we have a approved change order to the 2023 street improvement projects to include 3 frontage road areas, US 71, an overlay intersection at 71 and Valley Pine Circle, another overlay, and Valley Pine Circle at Menard South Entrance. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those changes.
I'll move.
Motion by Counselor Kaler,
Second.
second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I will vote yes. Motion carries. Next, we have a emergency replacement for a failing culvert on Shorewood Drive. Chair would entertain a motion to replace that.
I'll make that
We
motion.
have a motion by Counselor Holden. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion.
Just an update from our meeting, the one cone has been hanging tough, Ted. It's been there every time I've gone down there the last week. I'm assuming it's the same one. Yes.
Is that the one that I sent to you? I sent you that one night? Someone had moved a cone and you said, well, if they kept the cone there, they'd know.
And the cone just kept disappearing. Every day it would just disappear, and we were getting calls that there's a hole there, yes, we know, you just need the cone there, but, yeah.
This one looks like it might be one of those cones that may be filled with something.
It might be.
Yes, it's a little bigger.
Excellent. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I will vote yes. Motion carries 4-0. Acknowledge and approve expenditure of the low quote for the band shell demolition with reimbursement from the League of Minnesota Cities Insurance Trust as part of our claim for insurance. This has been a discussion all day. I ended up sitting in a phone call, and I just got an email literally seconds before this meeting started that we have come to a resolution with our insurance agent about being able to tear it down. City Administrator, do you have anything to add to that?
No, just that they did approve the, moving forward with the low quote, and so we can move forward now and reach out to them and get it done in the time frame allotted.
Ted, do you have any idea how long it's gonna take?
Oh, I really was hoping we could get through this entire section without having Ted come up.
I wanted to come up 2 votes ago, but anyway. The contractors agreed to have everything removed, all their equipment by July 2nd. So the only thing that'll be there will be the concrete floor
By July 2nd.
by July 2nd.
All right.
Yep.
4th of July, everything will be,
We're still gonna have the concrete there, the
Yeah,
stage
I
itself
got
will be
that.
there, but all the burnt debris will be pulled off the top and gone.
okay,
That's,
fantastic,
that's what,
fantastic. Appreciate it.
yes.
Did that answer your question?
No.
Okay, please,
No.
your question.
So you're keeping the stage thing?
No,
Okay, okay. We're getting rid of it?
no,
But keeping it for this time?
we're keeping it to get it cleaned up, and then the architect has already been up, spent half a day up here doing measurements and all that stuff, and they're starting to put together. So we haven't committed to how it's gonna look or exactly what we're doing. We're just gonna get the burnt debris off the top, have the concrete there.
Yeah.
That's been the struggle, is trying to get the insurance adjuster to agree that if we get to a point that we need to take the rest of the concrete down, that they're still in the game. Betty confirmed today that he will not commit to that at all. So, but that's what we keep stressing to him. We're not committed. I don't feel we're committed to anything right now
Right.
of how it's going to look,
Right.
right? You folks are the ones who are going to make that decision.
Yeah.
And until we can put something in front of you that says this is what it's going to look like and you're in support of that, that's
Sure.
been the battle.
No, that's good.
So,
And my big concern in all of this, from the call I sat on to even hearing what you're saying right now, is if the concrete needs to go, the city cannot be held liable to move that. I mean, the insurance company has to be held liable because they're the ones who have told us how to handle this, you know? And I'm really struggling with them not committing to, if the concrete has to be removed, that they're gonna fund it through our insurance, because there's no reason we should be stuck with that if we can't use it.
and it's very, there's a good chance that an architect's going to come with a rendition that is using the existing floor and stage there, and the community may be in support of it. Then, but if it gets to that point where, you're, I don't want to say a different look. I mean, basically, we've been asking for the like building that's ADA approved. That's, and kind of trying to hold them to that. And it's been a struggle, so.
Well, excellent, good work on your guys' part.
Can I just comment on the frontage roads as a disclaimer?
Yes.
Part of the frontage road is, the frontage roads are Band-Aids, okay? MnDOT was supposed to redo 1171 in 2026. It is now pushed off to 29 or 30, okay? This fix is a 3 to 5 year fix, okay? So we're gonna see reflective cracking. You know, that bituminous is not gonna hold up long-term. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there that we've been trying to get to the point when they redo that corridor, we redo the frontage roads. And some of them are in such bad shape right now, we have to do something. But to totally rebuild them, not knowing what 1171 is going to look like, I think is a bad idea. So I'm trying to do it the right way. This is going to get us by until the 29 or 30, but in a couple of years, when citizens call and say it's not holding up, we know in 2 to 3 years it's going to start to show some sign of failure. But and then the frontage roads right now, the intersection, I want to say the east intersection of Valley Pine Circle, where you're coming up to the stoplight, and there's those signal light pads, okay, that is really bad. You're going to see the frontage roads get done first, but we have to put a plan together to redo those intersections. So we're going to redo the frontage roads, and then we're going to come back and do that intersection, because that's one of the worst parts about it. But with the strings attached with MnDOT, with those pads there, we have to jump through some things to be able to get that approved. So that's going to, but it will all be done this year, so.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, so Chair would entertain a motion to approve the low quote for the band shell demolition.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Councilor Wagner.
I'll second it.
We have a second by Councilor Holden. Discussion?
I just, a little frustration with the battle it's been, seeing as we're part of this organization, and that's who our insurance is through. I know they still have fiscal responsibilities and stuff, but it isn't like we're asking for anything special. I mean, we pay, we fund this whole program, and that's why we're part of the organization.
Well, and to add to that, I'm really frustrated with the concrete piece. You know, for them to not acknowledge that if it cannot be used, it still needs to go away.
Yeah.
And I'm really struggling with, I want to see the band shell come back and look very similar to what it was before, you know, maybe some new bells and whistles that may have to, that can enhance it for our community, but I'm really scared unless the artist rendition or the engineers can figure out a way. I don't want to have a 80-foot ramp making it handicap accessible coming off of it, and I just think that it makes sense to just build new. But again, fiscal responsibility, everyone has that, so I get it, but I struggle with them not just saying, if it doesn't work, we'll make it right. But I don't know if anyone has an easy run with their insurance company, so let's just start there. All right, we have a motion and second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-4-0. We have a letter, we do not have a letter written, but this motion would be to approve a letter to Rainy Lake Medical Center regarding the ALS ambulance staffing. City Administrator, you want to just give us a background of why this is happening and why we're down some ALS? Or Chief, I'm
Actually,
sorry.
yeah.
Chief's got it.
Chief come in,
yep.
I would actually ask that he
Perfect.
update you on that.
Thank you, Mayor. At our public safety meeting today, why you don't have the letter in front of you, this was just discussed today in the afternoon, but We have an unforeseen temporary shortage in paramedics over the summer, so for various reasons, we're down a few staff on the ALS side. The question that was posed at the public safety meeting is the counselors present, what their preference is on running the ambulance service, and we would like to, part of that is make Rainy Lake Medical Center aware of our staff shortages so they can maybe plan to make some alternative arrangements down the road for this period, whether it's with neighboring ALS services, different staffing on their side, whatever. We just want to make them be ahead of it, make them aware of the situation that's arising. We will return to normal, but there's a few things and stars that have collided, and we're going to be in a bad way for a couple months, and staffing-wise on the ALS side, but our EMTs are still available. We still run a BLS service, and we're all within our legal side of it for our licenses and everything else. It's just going to see a little bit of a change internally and for them as well. So again, just trying to be the good neighbors of giving them as much notice and heads up that we can.
Just out of curiosity, do we have the casual paramedic filled right now? I believe we just.
We're working with one. She is not signed off at this point in time. It's a process. It takes a little time, so yes, we have one at this time.
Perfect. All right, Chair would entertain a motion to approve drafting a letter and sending.
I'll make that
We
motion.
have a motion by Counselor Holden. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Wagner.
So are we down to 3 now that are working, actually? I'm just trying to remember where we're at.
We will drop down to 3, and then after that, we will drop down to 2 for a period of time. So we're going to try and staff them
Yeah.
or schedule them as best as we can and use them as best as we can, but we got to be cognizant and aware of their safety and well-being and everything as well, too. So-
Yeah, I was just throwing how many we have. We have to have days where, well, I don't have to tell you what to, but you know what if you have to
Yep.
have EMTs or not, or whatever. But,
Yep, we
yeah,
have
those
some
are things we
ideas,
gotta
and
do,
we
yeah.
kind of have what we're going to try
Yeah.
first and see how it goes and make some adjustments as
All right.
needed, so.
This is maybe not the right time to tell you this, but as I've been in all these other communities, Ely and Tower and Babbitt and Big Fork, the number one conversation that I'm hearing from folks is funding ambulances. The communities, a lot of people in the communities are very concerned that there are conversations happening in communities about disbanding their ambulance or not being able to fund it or putting the tax burden on the residents of their communities. And everything that we've been going through for the last couple of years, it is very apparent it is not just us. I mean, the residents in communities see it and understand it, and they realize that we're at a point that if you need to go to the second level of care, that is literally your lifeline for your family and your friends. So, I appreciate the fact that we have ALS service more than you can even imagine. And I know we're hurting to be able to have some folks right now just because of, like you said, the stars aligning and such, but we are very fortunate to have ALS service. So I appreciate that more than you can imagine.
I agree, thank you.
And I would agree, too, just from like you with the discussions of being around, and we're very fortunate to have a number of EMTs for our BLS service that we haven't done. I'm not saying we're overflowing, but compared to other places, we got quite a few people willing to volunteer.
Yes, and they've, they were what carried us in the beginning
Yeah.
before we had ALS,
Yeah.
and they're always there to support us, and they're what going to get us through our hard times this summer, so very vital part. Everything has to work together, so.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'll vote yes, motion carries 4-0. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Go to the reports of the administrator, attorney, and department heads. City administrator?
Mayor, I have nothing additional this evening. Thank you.
All right, we'll go to department heads. Nothing? All right. Nothing there either. In your packet, you have the fire rescue EMS monthly report, same as the police monthly report. Go to the reports of the mayors, council committees, boards, and commissions.
I just have a few things. I did fill in for you at the, I would've went anyhow, but at the Pride March down at Smoky Bear, there's a good number of people there. It was just a nice gathering. Then they all headed over to Fort Francis. Then I did, on the radio, I was able to get out the message about the lead line letters and to call, and that if you want a bigger parade, get some floats in there. Don't have to be an organization or whatever. And the band shell update that I'm glad it came together today, because I thought we were there after I told everybody that there. You know, people have heard me before, so, yeah. But don't worry, I said it confidently and loudly, so, yeah, that was, so.
Well, and up
I'm glad
until I
it came
sat in that
together.
meeting, I thought that it was done.
Yeah, I was, yes. But then we also got an opportunity to talk about some of the other good things with Paul Nevin from Kita there about what's going on and the things that you don't see, right? Or you know what's going on, things happening with the different apartments and some buildings. And I semi-officially announced the moving of a new chiropractor office and stuff like that about.
Excellent.
Well, good.
Anything else? Well, the number one thing on my agenda right now is the 4th of July, and that all coming together. We have a meeting this Wednesday at 5:15. We have a lot of things coming together, and what makes me the most excited this year is, so far, of all the things that have came into the parade, we are going to have a marching band in our parade again for the first time in many years.
I've seen them practicing.
They've been practicing, I've seen them out there. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited for the band that we have that'll be playing on the 5th. We have a lot of really good stuff happening this year for the 4th of July. There's as I understand it, unless something changes, all of the kids' activities in the park are going to be free this year. Bounce houses will be free. The barrel train is coming back from the Labor Assembly. That's going to be free. So I think we have a lot. The police department is going to be having their obstacle course there. So there's going to be a lot of activities for youth that'll be free. And there's also going to be a lot of other events going on between music in the community with what Bacchus is doing at our amphitheater. I Falls Nice has some concerts and kids karaoke on the 2nd and 3rd. The 4th of July, we're going to have all of the things that we remember from years past. And then the 5th of July, we're going to be having some a pickleball tournament in the park. Oh. And we have I'm really excited for this year. I think it's going to be really, really good. And if anyone wants to come in and just jump in at the last minute, we're going to need help on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So we have a meeting at 5:15 on Thursday.
I'm already committed on the 4th. I will be serving watermelon, yes. And all Elks members are more than welcome to come and help.
Okay.
Oh, there's three other
there's a
ones
couple
here
Elk
today.
members here.
Yeah, there's 3 other ones here. I would like to add one more thing I forgot. I'm on they asked me on the strategic planning for the museum, and we'll be meeting Wednesday to see what they could do.
Well,
What's up?
we're not meeting on Wednesday for the 4th of July Commission because it's Juneteenth. So we're meeting on Thursday at 5:15.
Oh,
But in my mind, they're always been on Wednesdays, so that's why it just went
Yeah.
Wednesday. But we're meeting on Thursday this week because of the holiday.
And maybe on the 1st, we want to have a remote meeting out at the theater, yeah.
Can we do that? We can have a remote meeting?
Oh, a city council?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were saying 4th of July. No, we probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, that doesn't say, that wasn't, we can't.
Because if I remember correctly, last year we tried to have the 3rd of July meeting on the band shell, and we should have because it was the last opportunity.
And that was me. I was thinking, but you know, I'm not gonna try and move any more meetings, so,
Yeah, that didn't work
Or
out
that
well
will-
for us.
no, so, all right, just a thought.
All right.
Well, I'm guessing I'll be showing up at 5:29:59 then, on the 1st,
All right.
if not a little later.
We'll go back to audience. Does anyone in the audience have anything to bring forward? Hearing none, in correspondence, we have the Kuching Board of Commissioners meeting minutes, International Falls Library meeting minutes, and Minnesota Energy rebates are available for Energy Star from June 2024. Remember, we're going to be closed on Wednesday, June 19th for Juneteenth. And our next regular city council meeting will be right here in this building on July 1st at 5:30. This meeting is adjourned.